wanna lose weight? Huh. I've done it a million times, bro. It's easy as. Oh, fuck that shit. Well, what can I tell you, bro? It's calories in, calories out, okay? It's all about caloric deficit. Consume less calories than you burn. Easy as. Hi everyone, it's Manny from Vegan Rock Climbing again. I just came home from a nice training session in the gym and the carbs are cooking in the kitchen. So I thought I will just make a quick video about a topic that is highly discussed, very hot in the vegan community and in the climbing community as well, namely weight loss. So this video is, I think, going to be part 1 of a 2-video series. In this one I just will throw out 5 tips, 5 tools, so to say, for you to get into control of your weight and to achieve weight loss on a sustainable basis. And in the second part I think I'm going to go into a little bit more detail why these 5 tips or tools, however you want to call them, why they actually work, okay? Or at least why I believe they work, because they work. That is for sure. I've seen tons of people who tried that out and had tremendous success with that. And why they actually work is something that I can only explain with common sense. Okay, I don't have any scientific basis for that. I will go a little bit into pseudoscience, if you want to say it like that, and a little bit of science, maybe a little bit of biochemistry, whatever. That's going to be part 2. Okay, so. Alright, let's start. If somebody would come up to me and say, hey, you look quite sporty, can you give me some tips? I want to lose some weight. I would first ask him or her, what is your actual goal? Do you want to achieve weight loss very fast and in the range of 2 to 3 kilos? Then just cut salt out of your diet. I mean, obviously you're going to lose just water weight, but you're going to lose 2 to 3 kilos when you're going from a heavy salt eater to a 0 salt eater. If you want to lose weight quite fast or relatively fast, but not on a sustainable basis, then just restrict your calories. Just get into a caloric deficit, and with time you will of course lose weight, but it's not going to be sustainable. Your metabolism is going to suffer from that and you will rebound, that's for sure, okay? You will get into the yo-yo effect and that's not gonna work on a long, it's not gonna work long term. Okay, so now we've made that clear. But here's the thing, most of you will very likely just ask for a way to lose weight sustainable and long term and keeping it off long term, you know what I mean? And also you don't want to lose water weight, or you don't want to lose weight in general, which happens on a caloric deficit. You will going to lose not only fat but also protein. Your muscles will going to shrink and everything will basically going to shrink because you're in a caloric deficit, okay? Your body utilizes a lot of stuff there. You're in a survival mechanism. If you want to lose weight on a sustainable basis, long term, you want to lose fat and keep your muscles and become a fit, lean, sporty guy or girl or whatever, then I would tell you the following. Tip number 1, you want to lose fat, so stop eating fat. I mean, let me get closer to you for that one. Stop eating fat. It's actually pretty obvious. There are two very popular phrases in the weight loss scene, okay, nowadays, and the one is calories in, calories out. This is a perfect example for the calorie restriction type of weight loss, okay? You will get into the yo-yo effect. It's not going to work long term. And there is also the saying, the fat you eat, the fat you wear. And this is really true. I can only speak from my own experience and what I see around me and relatives who try to lose weight and from good friends who try to lose weight, okay? The fat you eat is really the fat you wear. And when you cut out the fat of your diet, or let's say, I mean, obviously you can't eat 0 fat. because you need to meet your essentials, and you have to comprehend that fat is basically part of any nutrient or any whole plant food you can get. Okay, even in a banana is probably 1 or 2% fat. Yeah? And so you cannot eat zero fat, and it's also not advisable to do so because you need to meet your essentials. But just to make that clear, when I talk about stop eating fat, I mean eat fat in a 95-5 or 80-10-10 macro ratio style. Let 90% of your calories come from carbs, 5% from protein, and 5% from fat. Okay, let's assume you need 2,500 calories a day because you're a quite active person. Then that would mean for a 5% ratio of your macros coming from fat, that would mean 875 calories per week from fat. Okay, let's double that. If you're going to an 80-10-10 ratio, I mean that's where you want to move. Okay, between a 95-5 and an 80-10-10 ratio with your fat, you want to be between 5 and 10%. So that means between 875 calories from fat and 1,750 calories from fat per week. You meet those needs by, I wrote that down, 1 avocado, 4 Brazil nuts, 5 tablespoons of flax seeds, and 1 cup of walnut halves. Okay, that's all fat you need for 1 week. I mean, actually, I was quite surprised because that's quite much. I'm eating even lower amount of fat per week. Okay, and that also works. So yeah, that's what I mean with stop eating fat. Stop eating the extra fat. Stop eating the oils. Cut oils out of your diet. Okay. You want to really keep your fat intake low. You don't want to eat more than you need. So tip number 2. Stop eating animal products. I mean, this one is actually included already in tip number 1 because, as you probably know, animal products are quite high in fat. Once you want to lower your fat intake, you basically have to cut out animal products, all right? But there is all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, there is low-fat milk and chicken breast, which is quite lean. But that's all bullshit, okay? I mean, animal products will going to keep you bloated. They're going to let you blow up quite fast, okay? They will make you heavy. I don't know exactly how that works. As I said, that's something for part 2. But it is like that. I mean, you cannot deny that, all right? Look at those guys with the high animal product consumption, and look at those lean greyhounds which are vegan and basically fit and healthy. Yeah. All right, so tip number 3, stay carved up. I mean, this is actually also a very important one. Until now, I just told you what to basically leave out of your diet, okay? What you have to leave out of your lifestyle. Now it's going to get more into the direction what you should incorporate into your life, okay? And these are definitely the carbs, okay? The carbohydrates. The carbohydrates will help you to feel satisfied, and they will give you the energy your brain and your body needs for exercise and staying focused, staying sharp-minded, all right? That's what the carbs are going to do, the glucose, okay? I mean, every cell of your body drives from glucose, right? Drives from glucose. This is the energy source which we are most adapted to, all right? And the brain, for example, can almost only utilize glucose, okay, for energy production. And it takes quite a lot of glucose. I think 30% of your daily energy needs or so is occupied by the brain, actually. But anyways, as I told you before in the fat chapter, keep the carbs high. I said 80-10-10 to 95-5. As you can see, 80% or even 90%. I mean, actually in my case, I'm pretty sure I'm consuming 90% of my calories from carbs, okay? That's quite much. And especially in today's time where everybody thinks that carbs make you fat, I get comments on a daily basis where people tell me, man, how can you be so lean? You're eating so much carbs. I mean, don't you know that carbs make you fat? Carbs don't make you fat, all right? Keep that in mind. You have to be carved up. See through the bullshit and stay carved up. get the fat down, get the carbs up. Easy as that. Okay, tip number 4. Actually also a pretty obvious one. Get outside, get the oxygen in, and do some sports. I mean, move your body. It's not much is required, okay? Maybe half an hour per day or something like that. But you have to do something. And something is better than nothing. You need to get out into the fresh air, get oxygenized. I mean, you know, I mean, that's actually something for part 2 now, but you know, you need much oxygen to burn a molecule of fat. Fat contains quite low oxygenized carbon atoms, okay, and a lot of them, much more than one sugar molecule, for example, okay. A glucose molecule contains 6 carbon atoms, I think, and the fat molecule can contain up to, I don't know, 15 or 16. Actually, it's always even numbers, as I remember. But yeah, it can contain up to 20 carbon atoms, okay? And every single one of these carbon atoms has to be oxygenized, has to be, oxidated, okay? And this can only happen when you get out in the fresh air and do some endurance sports. Breathe a lot, okay? Get oxygenized. Get that oxygen into your body so that the fat can start to burn, all right? You want to turn your whole metabolism from a fat storer into a fat burner. And you can do that by simply cutting the fat out of your diet or keeping it low, keeping it between 5 and 10%, as we said before, and getting the oxygen in so that you're permanently oxygenized and you're burning a little bit of fat all the time, okay? And this is going to turn slowly but surely your body from a fat storer, which you are telling him by eating fat, okay? But because I mean you have to keep in mind your body cannot do anything else with fat when you eat it than store it. Okay, fat always gets firstly stored and then burned afterwards. So by shutting down the fat consumption, you will continue to burn fat, but you will not gain any fat anymore, okay? Now everybody will say, oh, but the carbs can be turned to fat as well, and when you eat so much carbs, you're going to be fat as well, blah, blah, blah. Yes, theoretically that can happen, but practically, from real life experience, this does not occur. I mean, I have seen it 1,000 times, it just does not occur. But anyway, that's something for part 2. Now we proceed to tip 5. The last one for this video. Not so important, but actually important as well for weight loss. Drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated. Because when you start burning your fat tissue, you will also release a lot of toxic metabolites into your system, alright? And your body needs to get rid of that. You need the water to excrete those metabolites, to excrete those toxins and stuff that you accumulated during all the years of eating junk. You can support your body by drinking a lot of water, alright? Because then the body has an easier way to excrete all that stuff. I mean, your body can basically detox toxic substances via 3 mechanisms, okay? You can either excrete it directly through the sweat or urine or breathe it out or whatever. You can process it into your body and then excrete it. And this is already causing, of course, a little bit of damage into your body because processing toxic metabolites is not so advantageous in any case. And then there is also the third option, that the body just keeps the toxins into metabolically inactive tissue, okay? And fat stores is actually quite inactive. It's quite inactive tissue. This becomes very practical for your body to just store every chunk it has in your fat tissue. Okay, that's good for now, but once you're starting to lose weight, once you're starting to burn this fat tissue off, you're going, of course, to release those toxins again into your system, into your metabolism. And this is why you should drink a lot, in my opinion, because then you will have an easier time to excrete those toxins, okay, from your body. But anyway, you should be hydrated anyways, okay? Hydration is very important. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. If you found this interesting and helpful and informative, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more vegan content and also for more climbing content. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to free your mind, Neo. But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.